Hello and welcome. This is NerdDragon88 here. It is once more the Dwarven Crusade. I am joined by our colorful cast, which happens to include Metgath,
Goodberry?
playing Denult Corudum.
Corudum.
Thank you. I keep messing that up. I apologize.
How dare you?
Yes, our Dwarven Druid. We are also joined by Wolf.
Hello.
Yes, you are.
Playing Sage Ventelio. Sage Ventello, our Elden Ranger. And sorry. And Razor.
These stupid humans got me locked in this stupid town. I'm gonna start bashing some stupid brains into the damn wall, these stupid humans.
It's a human on an elf.
Longer.
And Razor is playing Orsic Steelmaul.
It's cutting into my bottom line, god damn it.
So, Apocalyptian. Apocalyptian.
He might be grocery shopping again.
Ah, right. He's not feeling great, but he's decided to try to join us anyways.
Wasn't me this
May
time.
have a Technicolor yawn situation.
Yes. Apocalyptian is playing Chok, our goblin wizard here.
Gobble gobble.
All right. Next up on our cast list is Beau.
Rolling a d20 for Goodberry flavor.
Playing Beau Highhill. And it is a very average berry.
Uh-huh.
Yep, you have yet to receive the glorious Godberry.
I
That
know,
session.
right?
Like I did.
But he's not the one that rolled it.
And besides, you don't have a shifting flavor like I do.
And the newest member of our cast, Kyle.
I have returned.
There's a
Hey,
Welcome
And
back.
Kyle.
I didn't know you left.
hey, what's good? The gray suit is
It's
here.
all about making that impact.
So we can do his introduction now, since he was gone when you tried to.
He was probably making offerings at the porcelain altar.
At
Yeah.
least it wasn't me this time.
Yeah. Well, Kyle is playing Lucius, otherwise known as Creed, our tiefling rogue. I forgot to mention that Beau Highhill is also a rogue, but he's a Lightfoot halfling.
Mm-hmm. That tasty 20 dex, man.
Yay! Whoever raided this town left me with potatoes. Anyway, totally off topic.
There we are. Alright. So, when we last left our heroes,
These stupid humans got me stuck in this stupid town in this stupid quarantine. Ah!
Relax.
some gambling happened, some trade happened. The party then went onto the road, where they managed to encounter nothing. And they reached
Somehow.
the border of Arlane? Yes, Arlane, the human nation to the south. Upon reaching said border, they were told that they were going to have to go into quarantine, as was the case with everyone coming from the north.
Excuse me, sorry.
Still upset that they wouldn't let me pay my taxes.
In order to apologize for the inconvenience that this would cause to trade, the nation was actually waiving all taxes for any merchants that were coming south, bringing in various trade goods. But they weren't willing to just be paid those same taxes and let people skip the quarantine, because it wasn't put into place in order to make people pay the taxes. No, it was put in place because they are fearing disease.
I'm a bloody dwarf. I don't have any bloody disease. It's the elves you gotta worry about. What the halflings?
Hey, excuse you.
I'm playing my character, people. Okay, leave me alone.
Excuse you.
Well, this
So-
elf shot 2 arrows into a rock shot from half a mile away.
Yeah, the elf might have trench foot from kicking Chok all the time, but that's different.
And it's a Rakshasa.
Yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
I'm a merchant. I take a bath every day.
So, fearing disease, they have all been channeled into the town of Ferladun? Damn it.
Vandalin.
Phandalin, thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's here in my notes. It's also on the name of the map.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What the other heroes are doing, but Sage will be searching for an animal vendor. Or vendors, if possible.
indeed, we did briefly discuss as to what everyone's plans were upon hitting town.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to reconsider my mad hunt for the cleric. I'm gonna check the church. And if he's not there, I'm gonna go looking for a magic items vendor.
Okay. So,
Once the rage is cooled, I realize I may as well get business done.
I'm getting a tattoo.
Lovely.
Wait, no.
Is it gonna say mom?
No.
so,
Things
Gonna
even
read
have parents.
Wow,
Say
so when
that.
they look at it upside down.
No.
Is it gonna move when you wiggle a certain way?
No.
as you come into town, things don't seem to be too terribly bad off here. People are still bustling around doing their normal daily activities.
First.
And after passing a place labeled as Barthen's Provisions, the escort that brought you here will depart.
As they walk away, I shoot them a dirty glare. Still thoroughly irritated that I'm stuck in this town.
I'll go check out the provisions and see what humans consider provisions. I've heard that they,
Going to the-
how should I put it, they like this slop.
And I'm going to the chapel or cathedral or temple or what have you.
Okay, so there is a shrine. There's no big official church, just a shrine.
That's where I'm headed.
I'll go with Beau to keep him out of trouble.
And what trouble could I possibly get in?
We all know how your sticky fingers can be.
Hey, they're also extremely light. I'm very good at what I do, thank you.
Respectful rogue.
Plus, I gotta talk to the cleric anyway, so.
So,
While we're walking, I'll go ahead and work on teaching them a little more thieves' cant, like, quietly.
considering that most of Thieves' Cant, if not basically all of it, is mostly nonverbal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it look like I'm not actually teaching you, but that's what I'm trying to do, is teach you. Because any thief who sees it will get pissed. And I again remind you, do not tell anyone about this.
Okay, so Chok is looking for some kind of shady market.
Of some kind.
That sounds like Chok.
That's actually what I'm going to do as soon as I get done with the magical item shop. Look for the black market.
Donald is headed for the Sleeping Giant,
Yep.
a local tavern and inn.
As we're walking along, are there any rolls I can make to notice, like, anything pointing the way for thieves?
That would be based. Okay, are you actively searching, or are you just kind of glancing around as you're moving along?
Glancing around. I mean, would this be a situation for thief analysis?
No. This would be a passive thing.
All right. If I was actively looking, though, would it be thief analysis or perception?
Either one.
All right, then I'll start with the passive looking around.
Yeah.
I have other business to attend to that's more heavily on my mind right now.
So as you're coming into town, and you come out to the square, which is where the shrine is, the central point here.
Mm-hmm.
You think you notice a couple people that are kind of at least communicating in the language, whether on purpose or not.
Then I'm going to kind of distance myself from Orsic a little bit and see if I can get one of their get the attention of one of them and wave them over to talk with them.
Okay, so this is the point where we're going to have to start taking turns.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I can wait.
So I'm going to clear the initiative.
Go ahead and put my action a few back in the queue. I can wait.
We could also, if we have issues determining who goes when, we could always roll initiative for that.
Yeah.
That was actually part of my plan.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
As I'm currently tossing all of your tokens onto the field.
Alright.
Fancy that.
I will wait till you tell me to roll it.
Okay.
I'm ready to.
Dimensions, layer. No.
Alright, I return. I was in.
Add turn, but there's a way. There's supposed to be a way of making the token actually roll for it.
What do I roll now?
All right, go ahead and roll initiative. Denolt's automatically appeared on there, which is good.
Oh shit! All right.
Why do I see
yes,
a red
that-
message? You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
I don't know.
Okay.
Ah, yes, that
Yeah,
illustrious
that's
black
why.
market hidden in the forests, of course.
That sounds sketchy.
My kind of thing.
It's a
Right.
black market.
In the forest. Now you know we're serious.
Okay. Creed, I don't have an initiative from you.
Right. Do you now?
Roll last. Oof. Hit an 8.
You should. I rolled.
Yep.
Lovely.
I just need to add Sage to the track.
Or sick.
And turn.
Don't forget the Orsic.
I have a 17.
He's on there. He's on the track.
Okay, I'm going to try something real quick, Adrian. Let's see here.
I believe you have to literally click on the token in question and then hit the initiative.
Well, I'm trying something specific that I looked up online.
Oh, alright.
Interesting.
Very
I'm back.
interesting.
That's funny.
Sorry about that. Got a phone call at the worst time.
Oh, I know how that feels. Just check last episode.
From someone who knows that Tuesday night is game night.
My parents know now, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
There. I'm going to go ahead and delete that one, but it got entered in automatically. What I did is that rolled a 1d20. The thing is, you have to know what their modifier is in order to do it.
So you just rolled a d20 and it automatically put you into the initiative order?
I selected the dog's token.
Okay.
And then I did the slash roll 1d20 plus 3, and then it also had... that isn't what I wanted to do. It had... See if I can... I'll put spaces in there so it hopefully throws it off. That, just without the spaces. And then that and tracker in brackets, it told the that tells it that roll goes specifically to the turn tracker for the selected token. So it pops that token onto the into the turn order with the value that's rolled.
Okay. Somebody brewed it out.
But you don't.
Alright.
Well,
So remind me why we're rolling initiative. Are we in combat?
Nope. We are going to be
Okay.
taking turns going through town.
Okay. Interesting.
just to kind of help things.
Since the party
Okay.
is splitting up and all.
Right. Sounds like a good idea to split up. It works out
Oh.
for Scooby and the gang.
We're in town. We're not in a haunted mansion.
Yeah.
But then again, I am planning on heading up to the manor, so
Why?
in a little while. So you never know. There may be a haunted mansion.
Oh god.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I just might have far more respect for the DM if the bad guy in the mansion turns out to just be some old man wearing a mask.
Right.
If there is a bad guy in the mansion.
The mansion's kind of destroyed, so...
That's where I'm setting my base camp up to.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a nice little survival tent, you know, why not use it? It's better than the average tent, and on top of it, I don't have to pay to stay in a stupid hotel.
Is it bad that the first thing that went through my mind when you said that is, it's better than the average tent?
I'd rather sleep
actually
in a
thought
bed
that
than
too.
on the ground.
So,
I'd rather sleep in a bed than on the ground, personally.
And I've been spending so little money I can afford to rent a room.
I don't mind. My sleeping pad is the same quality of the bed, so...
I too have a tent, I think. Do I have? Yes, I do.
I don't. I'm a druid. I sleep under the stars.
Fuck it, let's just sleep outside. It's fine to do this in a
If it comes
contained
No,
down to
I don't sleep. Hope I don't sleep.
There are reasons why I have a tent. I won't go into those details.
I'm probably
So-
sleeping off the tattoo I got.
If it comes down to it, I can put on a bit of a
nobody's
show,
sleeping
but
yet,
that's
so everyone's being kind of premature.
Sleeping
I've been
at
trying to
3.
get all into this tavern a couple times now, and people keep interrupting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, no,
I'm sorry.
Yes.
you wander into the Sleeping Giant. The atmosphere is quiet at this time of day. It's like afternoon, so it's not quite the evening just yet.
Okay.
And nobody, like, welcomes you in or anything as you walk in, but you'll see a large human woman behind the counter, and a few scattered peoples about, and a half-orc passed out in the middle of the floor of the area with the tables.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And Nerd, we were looking for the cleric or the priest?
I believe you're looking for the cleric.
Cleric, okay. I'm gonna walk up to the counter. Excuse me, what ales do you have?
Oh, hello. We do have a very wide selection of ales. And she'll actually go and pull out a somewhat stained and a little bit weathered book from behind the counter and hand it to you.
Okay. Those stains, would they come out if I touched it with that rod?
Possibly.
Okay. I'm I'm going to suppress the urge, and I'm gonna look at it and gonna go. Do any of them look familiar?
A few of them do look familiar. And there is a few ales that are kind of odd that they're here.
Mm-hmm.
Many of the names in there are crossed out because they ran out of that particular vintage of that. But one of the ones that catches your eyes is the Tom's, I should say, Leprechaun Ale.
Why does that catch my eye?
Because it's weird.
I go, I might regret this later, but I'll try the Tom's Leprechaun Ale.
Alright, are you going for a half pint, a pint, a pitcher?
Half pint for now, since I'm not sure if I'll like it.
Alright. And she'll take one of the smaller tankards from behind the counter. It appears to be finely crafted out of wood, with some intricate carvings on the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll actually wander into the back. And when she comes out, it's topped with a bright green foam.
What else do you expect from something called Leprechaun Ale?
oh,
I look at it kind of where so she comes out with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll come out with it and put it up onto the table, and that'll be a silver.
Okay. Put down a silver. I'll go into my sheet and subtract it. And then I'll look at it uncertainly and sip at it warily.
First thing you notice, it's warm.
oh,
Almost like it was heated.
Okay. Well, actually,
Or
in some
freshly milk from something.
in some cultures, it actually is recommended to serve beer and ale warm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible that the person that sold it to them told them to heat it slightly before serving it.
Huh.
Most beers are served chilled, but not all of them. There's actually several
most
German beers
modern
that are
beers.
served warm. Huh?
Most modern beers are served chilled.
Yeah. But a lot of the older German beers are actually served at room temperature or warm or heated.
Well,
Because it brings out more of the flavor.
Yeah.
dang.
And for a person that doesn't like beer, that's surprising to a lot of people that do, that they don't know that.
Huh.
That a person that doesn't even like beer knows that.
Huh.
So anyway, how's the flavor?
It's got some grassy tones to it, almost like a mossy tone.
Mm-hmm.
It is good. I mean, it's particularly strong and flavorful.
Okay.
But it has some mossy tones to it, with a little bit of a sweet edge to it.
Well,
And there's kind of an extra little zing in the aftertaste. Possibly something like ginger or horseradish type.
Okay. Let's just say it's ginger. I like ginger, so I'll say my character likes ginger. Anyway, my character will assume it's ginger. Since I'm not a big fan of horseradish, but I like ginger. So anyway, I take the sip and then I gulp down a little bit and I'm gonna go, it's actually not too bad. By the way, would you know where the Clerk is at the moment? Some of my friends are kind of bent out of shape about the whole quarantine thing.
A lot of people are. He's currently hiding out, as it were. To avoid people who are all angry about the quarantine.
And I promise on my honor that if you let me know where he is, I will approach him before the rest of my party. I'm not pissed off about it. Honestly, I could use the rest. But
honestly,
we need to be on the road. I'll approach him calmly. I won't be angry with him or anything like that, because I know he's not part of the military that put us under quarantine.
He's currently hiding out at the good sister's house. If he's currently there, I'm not entirely certain. It could be that he's made his way over to Lion's Shield, or even have gone into the mines to assist there.
Okay.
The Disease have been racking that place something awful recently.
So do I have a map of the town, or well, I need to ask for directions for these things. That's out of character.
You were given a idea of the layout of the town from the guards before.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a general idea, where she's talking about with things.
Okay.
It's not like you have an intimate layout of the town figured out, but you have a general idea.
Okay. I say exactly how would I reach those, the sister's house, the Lion's Shield, and the mine. The guards gave us a general description of the town, and I know what I saw coming in, but I'm sure you understand.
The sister's house is the middle building behind the shrine on the north side of the square.
Okay.
The Lion's Shield is on the southern side of the square. It's the big building, hard to miss. And the mines themselves are down the Miners' Trail.
Okay.
It's past the Woodworkers and the Miners' Exchange, which you'll find a wee bit south of Lion's Shield.
Okay. Thank you very much. And then
Are you going to be looking for a place to stay for the night, then?
Yeah. I'll be interested in that probably a little bit later. But I am a druid. I I'm on the move a lot, so. But being that we're in a town, yeah, I'll probably be looking for a place to spend the night.
All right.
So I'm sure that we'll be seeing each other again later.
I certainly hope so. And she winks.
Oh, okay.
I finish off the beer, smile, and walk out the door.
As quickly as possible.
No, casually. By the way, nerd, what race was she?
Human.
Human.
Human. Okay. So this town is probably populated almost entirely by humans, then.
The majority of the population you can expect to be human because this is a primarily human nation. There
Okay.
are other races sprinkled throughout, such as half-orcs, the very rare occasional orc, elves, half-elves, occasionally a dwarf or two. Actually, dwarves tend to travel through quite a bit, but they don't tend to stay very long.
I love how you
Okay.
said sprinkled. I love how you said sprinkled. That's funny.
Any halflings, or am I?
Halflings are always on the road, so you're bound to find at least one halfling.
Fair enough.
So
Oh,
once I'm out the door, I'm going to grab my earring, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Orsic, I have some leads on where we might be able to find the cleric. However, you have to promise not to approach him angrily. I gave my word on my honor that we would not harass him.
You had to
been-
do that. No, I have to behave myself. Give me that.
He has been being harassed constantly since this quarantine was put into place. How would you feel if you were in a place under quarantine?
I hear you. But you know how I feel about humans. Their sanitation ain't the best.
But he's here to do a job, and he's not part of the military that quarantined us, so he shouldn't have to put up with the harassment. Now, giving the guards a hard time, I'm fine with that.
Oh, I can do some horrible things to those. I just gotta talk to Beau. He'll take care of that one.
So just make sure that when you, if you find him in one of the two places in town where he might be, just approach him like you would want to be approached. And if he's not at either of those two places, then he'll be at the mine.
Um,
And
Did I hear any of this exchange, by the way?
so
Actually, yeah,
I'll tell-
everyone will be hearing this.
I'll tell him about Sister Grail, about the Good Sister's home, which I assume is the Sister Grail's home on the map.
Yep.
And then Lion's Shield.
By the-
And I'll say I'm on my way over to that area. That way, if he's not at either of those places, we can head to the mines. Apparently, there's been a lot of problems there lately. Maybe we can find a way to deal with some of our boredom from the road.
Not to mention
fine.
Beau's name, he
I'll
just-
have to make a pit stop by the provisions shop because I haven't had a decent meal in God knows how many weeks, and I would love some nice, fat, juicy meat.
And I say, and they have a very interesting ale over at the. Looking at the map, over at the Sleeping Giant.
Please, I am not drinking any ale out of there. My great-grandfather said one time he went to a human ale shop, and he nearly barfed by just walking in and how disgusting it is. I heard they never even wash the cups.
Oh, nerd, the cup was obviously clean, right?
Yeah, and Beau's been trying to say something to interrupt your guys' conversation.
Yeah, at the mention of his name, he just kind of pipes up through the earring. And what makes you think I'm going to do something horrible to them just because you tell me to?
Oh,
Not that
no,
I
I
don't mind
think
you,
you're
but
gonna
what
have
makes you
fun
think?
messing with them. I'm not doing nothing horrible. I know how you like to screw with people who pisses you off.
You're not wrong.
And we all can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, that
Oh
would
yeah.
that would only the only people that would be able to hear it would be people with earrings, and most of the people in the
He's
party
got
don't
one.
have earrings.
I
He's
do.
got one. I pierced
Okay.
his ear.
I have
But not everyone in the party has earrings, so everyone wouldn't be
You're
hearing
right.
it.
Chok doesn't have one.
Is
Nope.
my-
Yeah, so Chok would only be hearing what the people near him were saying.
Chok gave you fucking whistles. That was the exchange.
nerd.
But you don't have the Adventure Guild earrings,
Nope.
which we're gonna have to fix, which means Chok's gonna get an ear pierced.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, don't worry, I got the
volunteered to
fire
do it.
heated, I got the poker. Hold them down, boys!
Hey, I did the last one. I volunteered to do this one.
Kyle?
So, is my vanity work done, or am I still in the process? Because tattoos do take a while.
You'll likely be having it going on as this conversation is happening in your ear.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so that with that, I'm going to continue heading over in that direction. The two are about equal distant from me, because one's in the north end, one's in the south. One's north, one's south. So, once I get out to the square, I'm going to see if anyone spotted him, and hopefully they will have approached him polite. Whoever spots him, even if it's Chok, hopefully they approach him politely.
You said something about sister, correct?
Yes, as in she's a member of a holy order.
Oh, okay, never mind.
My
It's
eyes.
like if we're getting tattoos, then that could strike conversation.
Oh, since he's headed out, I'm going to say into the earring, I'm by the sister's house. I have some business to attend to if you want to meet me here.
Okay, yeah, I'm headed out that direction right now.
As I'm trying to get someone's attention.
Yeah. And exactly what happened to Beau just before all this conversation, we'll be finding out in a little bit.
Oh.
So, moving on.
All you hear in the background is giggity, 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 giggity.
Damn it.
Get out of my head, I was thinking the same thing.
Giggity.
So, Sage.
Alright.
And I have to say, just because of all the giggities, my favorite part of Family Guy was from the PTV episode.
Yes.
The
That's Quagmire.
after the intro, where he was putting in the state where he was nailing down the red carpet, and it's like, "Do you like eating red bush?" Yes. Say you like eating red bush, and it shows Quagmire down below. I like eating red bush. He falls over backwards. His feet twitch. Giggity.
Yeah.
Funny.
Alright, back on subject, please.
Yep.
So,
Please.
Sage. Chok's kind of going with you because of what you said you're looking for.
Wait, am I?
It's generally that area.
Okay.
To the Lion Shield Coster, which is a marketplace of various different sorts, with several very heavily shaded corners.
Go try to find any good animal traders. What you gonna do? Something bad, there's gonna be another boot.
Yeah, we're looking for animal traders. That's, yes,
Alright,
sure.
have a look at your passive perception, Mr. Sage.
Perception.
Oh, and there was one last thing that I was saying to Orsic, which I forgot about. It was I was going to say, well, they have this very interesting ale. The foam, the head, it's green,
Beau,
but the
Pipe,
glasses
that
are quite clean.
That
Yeah.
sounds distinctly unappetizing.
Oh, by the way, Denault, I'll need you to roll a Constitution save with advantage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh god. This is gonna
Well,
be fun.
that was probably just because I drank some alcohol. And it's not the end of the day. We're still playing.
12.
Yeah. How drunk are you?
Okay. It's gonna take a while for some of those effects to happen. And I forgot to do some stuff to some people's sheets.
I figured something that called a Leprechaun Ale might have some side effects. I figure it might make what happens later in the day more interesting.
Your vision grows distinctly green.
Chok looks like a leprechaun.
My
All
God.
of a sudden, you feel an overwhelming urge to try to find the end of a rainbow.
Yeehoy, yeehoy.
All of a sudden, you see a pot of gold in the middle of the road.
Oh my.
Okay.
All of this sounds terrible.
Or you, all of a sudden, a unicorn starts shitting rainbows. You see a unicorn in the road, and it's shitting
that's-
rainbows, and it's like, there must be gold in there.
Yeah, you're driving us mad a little bit. Yeah. So let's move on, please.
Yes.
Time.
I did not take it there.
Anyways, moving on. I was trying not to go down that road.
What, you didn't
So-
expect to go down the Unicorn Road?
I was hoping not.
Can we go back to what me and Chok are doing?
Yes,
Sure.
please. So, you guys are both entering the Lion Shield Coster, which is a sort of large hall that has many different kind of shops in it. You might call it like a mall.
Mm.
But all of them are
So-
associated with each other in one way or another, and often will help each other.
Huh.
So, I was going to be looking up Sage's passive perception. So, Sage, just from the door, you can see at least 2 places that seem to have animals as prevalent
Closest one.
things that are visible.
Let's roll on first.
Okay.
And before I lose sight of Chok or go, in Goblin, that weasel under check.
I haven't seen him ever since he took all my money.
I just casually check my bag to see if I find the weasel.
As amusing as that would be, you do not find the weasel.
It's probably going on some grand party adventure of some kind.
I have some strange animal companions.
Maybe
Coming from the guy with the weird cat.
Maybe it saw a sexy female weasel.
At least my cat doesn't try to steal my gold.
Man, you got a point.
May. Okay. It says I might actually be trading in my cat for something. I am a ranger, after all. If I do find something better than my cat, I'd probably release it back into the wild.
Oh, I get it. So whenever you, whenever something better comes along, you're ready to just throw that fucker out, eh? Just swap it right out like a pair of boots. I get you.
Actually, no. It actually takes 8 hours for me to get a new companion. What I'm doing with my previous companion is releasing it from my what I believe would call mutual agreement.
So you took the animal out of its natural habitat and you're going to release it in a habitat it's not accustomed to. I get you. Murder's your thing. I understand.
I found it in the city.
Yes, and you're releasing it in the forest.
It was originally before being captured and breaking free from animal traders.
To be fair, this is the kind of environment that it would live in.
Just release it with a few bread. Nah.
So,
Shut up, Chok. And I look around and see people just staring at it and go. I just walk to the animal vendor.
So, Chok, you spot exactly the kind of spot that you're looking for.
Yes. Alright, I head right on in there and snuggle up next to all the roomy homeless men and or bad businessmen trying to find a home for my own.
Oh, I'm gonna
Okay,
see.
so we're
what
going to get back
animals-
to how that works, or how that's working out for you, in a little bit.
Cut to me being shanked in an alleyway.
What animals do I happen to find?
So, you find the first shop is primarily birds of various sorts. A lot of falcons and messenger birds. A few birds that are definitely bred for eating purposes.
Huh.
Okay. Do I see any rare birds? Birds not accustomed to this land?
You do actually see a bird that is very much not from any sort of territory like this. In fact, you see two of them.
Walk over and I study them.
Alright,
Okay.
roll me knowledge nature. Which is what I should have had you roll earlier. You'll now notice that there is a special thing that I've enabled on your sheet where it asks if the roll should be whispered or not.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it. I do not see it.
You don't see nature? It's on your skill list. Right underneath
There we
medicine.
go.
So, okay.
Also need my knowledge, correct?
That is your knowledge thing. So, you can do it again. And this time you
Since
don't have
there's
to
two
whisper
birds.
it.
Huh.
Yep, because in fact there is indeed two birds. So one of them you're fairly certain is from some kind of sandy type environment. It has a bald head, big long beak. It appears to be a vulture of some kind, but vultures don't typically live around here. Because, you know...
And the other bird. And the other bird.
The other bird you actually know quite a bit about.
I got intrigued and go, what is the bird of question?
It is a harpy eagle.
Whoa.
Like that.
Interesting.
So, a harpy eagle is classified as one of the largest birds in the world. Not the largest wingspan, but one of the largest birds. They are known to eat baboons
Jesus.
in the wild.
Sage just grins happily, and I'm gonna use one of my spells, since I have 3 per day. I'm gonna use Speak with Animals.
Oh god.
Okay. Why is that not the right one? Why has that not got its stuff filled in?
Oh.
I don't know, I think we only put it in the names, damn it. I'll have to fix that. I don't know how I'm gonna fix it though, because the best way to... Alright.
Well, do we say it's a success or a failure?
Well, there's no roll involved with that. It's just you cast it on yourself and then you can speak with animals.
Well then, I look at the harpy eagle and go, hello, my fancy feathered friend. To the harpy eagle.
It will cock its head and... Hello, Elfman. Cock its head in the other
Travels.
direction.
How have your travels been?
I have not been traveling much recently.
I've been stuck here as well. My have been recently quarantined, and we're trying to get out of the quarantine. And I'm currently looking for a new animal companion. For you see, I am a ranger.
Quarantine? What is this quarantine?
It's where the traders, currently one of the handlers of your group of animals here, has been currently quarantined because of her fear of diseases.
There is a fear of disease, but what is quarantine?
Things where you are, to put it in caged. Put it in simple words, caged. Withheld.
I see.
Just thinking, if my companions do finally get out of here, would you like to accompany me on our journeys?
Roll a persuasion.
For a second there, I thought either your internet dropped out or you just vanished.
I'm still here. So yeah, roll a persuasion.
Whisper or public?
Go ahead and make it public.
Maybe rewrite it. Public. Well, what does the bird think of the offer?
And what of your feline companion?
Companion feels that he needs a rest, and he will probably accompany this town, probably find a new owner. He was a very old cat when I found him, and sadly, I think he might have agreed with me that he might be a little bit too old for this. So I'm gonna let him rest in this town. I recently found him in. I think he might be at home here. Probably find himself a new family.
I will accompany you on one condition.
Mission.
After 10 years' time, you will take me to the jungles of the south and release me.
Gladly accept that condition. You're in the jungle anyway. And my final rest, or final home. But I'll gladly agree to your conditions. Do you have a name you prefer to be called by?
I have not had a need for a name before this.
Is there a name you wish to call yourself by?
Not that I'm aware of. Call me what you will.
Sound.
Somebody's rolling dice.
Sorry.
So, Sage.
I am currently sending you the whisper.
As you've been kind of staring at this thing and talking to it, the proprietor is going to approach you. This being a large, half-orc male who's got a rather substantial belly around him. With a, oh god, I'm not entirely certain what it's called, but it's a mustache that basically goes directly into the mutton chops for sideburns.
Fu Manchu.
No, Fu Manchu is a little tiny dangly thing. This is like mustache flowing into mutton chop.
That would be the great handlebar, I believe.
Is it? No,
Great.
handlebar is kind of sticking out.
I'm looking it up. Yeah, handlebars where you have the really long mustache. Because it looks like handlebars.
Yeah. Anyways, this guy's got that kind of a mustache beard thing going on.
The Lemmy.
I look at the half-orc and I start speaking orc to him. Hello, sir. I find your bird very fascinating.
Why were you talking funny to it?
I am a ranger. I can speak animal.
Right. You ranger types are weird. Always have odd requests.
Well, I'm no weirder than a wizard goblin. I'm no weirder than a wizard goblin.
It's called a friendly mutton chop.
Oh, okay.
By the way, nerd, in the Discord, I sent you the name I thought for the bird. You can, after this. Alright, so. For the
Yeah.
bird.
So that works. The bird is, well, it cost me quite a lot to get it. I was originally going to be asking 500 gold pieces for it.
Sage ponders. I talk you down any less.
Hugglin's a part of the business.
A roll persuasion check, because that's probably going to be needed.
Well,
Oh,
before you roll it, you were supposed to state what your offer is, because that will affect the DC, which is...
How about...
Yeah, otherwise you would have completely ruined this negotiation. True, but you're supposed to state what your offer is first.
I'll offer you, in exchange for the bird, 12 platinum pieces.
That's even less than what I paid for it. I've been having to feed it all this time. Not to mention clean up after it. At least 20. And even that's... Wait, actually, no, sorry. After you did your offer, you're supposed to roll a persuasion check. Sorry. So, okay,
That would
yeah.
be terrible.
Yeah, so... 20 platinum pieces is the bare minimum I could go. Really what I want is 25 platinum.
I check my gold bag.
You got the money.
23, and we'll call it even.
Roll persuasion.
Oh shit.
Nice.
I think I have myself a bird.
Oh, dang.
Alright, you can take it off my hands then. I'll give you all the equipment that goes with it. Bloody thing keeps trying to tear my arms off.
Them pieces to 17 now. Correct.
Let's see, you're paying 23, so you're down to 7.
He wanted 500 initially, 500 gold.
Yeah, which would have been
I
50
have-
platinum.
Yeah, so he really changed his tune on the price very quickly. I noticed.
I had 30 platinum pieces.
You only paid
23. I would have
230
17.
gold.
I would have 17 left over. 30, I would have 17 left over. if I
Yeah,
spent
he said
23.
that that's with the price that he was originally going with, but he knows that he can't get it for that anymore because it's been around for a while. There is some extra backstory behind his motivations here. And he brought it back down into the range of, you know, what would consider to be more reasonable. But then Wolf rolled a nat 20 on that last negotiation.
Yeah.
I really wish it was for the first one, because then I would only have to pay 15.
Yeah.
Well,
So, yeah, and yeah, you only have 7 platinum left, not 17.
okay then.
Huh.
I hand the coins over to him and I go, thank you for the business, sir. I check my armor and go, the gauntlet for the entire resting area for the eagle, and I go, my fancy feathered friend.
Yeah, by the way, it's not going to fit on your arm. The only place where it could be perched would be across your entire thing of shoulders.
Do my shoulders then. Ready, my feathered friend? I lower my head down so that way I can perch on my shoulders.
Let us be away from this place and this stupid orc.
Hey, at least you got a head warmer now.
Yeah, by the way, the size of the torso of this thing is like basically near the same size as your, the size of this bird is about the same size as your torso.
Why do I feel like Wolf can now go, my hair is a bird, your argument is invalid?
He could try to claim that his hair is a bird.
Yeah. His hair is now a bird. All
Hey, for
arguments
those
are
that
invalid.
are in part of the Dwarven Crusade, I posted a size comparison of the harpy eagle to a human.
God.
Huge bird. It's a very huge bird.
Okay, so it's not quite the size of a torso, but it's still pretty damn big.
It's a very big bird. A big bird.
Yeah, the thing carries off monkeys.
Oh,
Not only
fuck. Now you
big,
could definitely go
very
carry off
powerful.
Chok.
I think that picture's a juvenile.
The juvenile.
So, anyways, so that is Sage. We are now on to Beau.
That's it.
So, Beau, you've arrived at the shrine. It's a public space that's been set up for Avandra.
Alright.
She is a goddess of note.
Okay. Well, having been told roughly where the cleric is, you said I noticed some people that seem to be speaking in Thieves' Camp as I was walking along.
Yeah, you did notice a couple of them kind of out in the square.
So I'm gonna make my way over towards one of them, see if I can kind of like quietly wave him down, get his attention.
Hey, nerd. I hate to say it, but that's not a juvenile. That is the full grown.
Really?
That is full. Yes, that is the full-grown. Is an adult.
Right, and sorry about that sudden thing of noise, folks.
I have a giant bird. Yay!
Your hair is a bird.
Yay!
I now fear for my life. Yay.
You should.
You should too, Beau. Then, well, Chok.
You have no reason to carry off fucking Beau. You have every reason to carry off Chok.
Also very true. I've done nothing too terribly horrible.
True.
So, yeah, Beau, as you're kind of hanging out, one of them will actually approach you. This being a broad-shouldered human of probably 50 years of age.
Wow.
He's got some graying hair on the sides, heavy green cloak. And as he strides over, it becomes very obvious that he has daggers on his hips.
Going to eye the daggers for a moment and then offer him a smile and speak in Thieves' Greetings, friend. Where might a resourceful man find his heart's desire?
And he'll respond back in common. Depends on what your heart's desire is.
So we're not doing things the way they do back at home. Fair enough. Magical items of legally gray nature.
I'd suggest checking the coster, or the green.
The green, you say? Where might that be?
And he'll gesture over to the town green, which does have some wagons there currently, along with a couple bowls with fire in them.
And are there any particular vendors you would suggest I visit?
Depends on the exact nature of what you're looking for.
I shrug. A bit of this and a bit of that. Nothing I'd care to talk about too openly.
If you're looking for the pricier things, I'd suggest going into the Lion. If you're looking for the things that are harder to find, I'd suggest checking the green.
Alright. Good to know. Thank you, my friend.
And if all else fails, you can check back at the Sister after dark.
Alright. One more question. Where might the guild be? If there is.
Fortunately for you, there is no guild office here in town.
Fair enough. Do you know of anyone who might know of some jobs that need doing? Preferably second story work?
I'd suggest checking the Sleeping Giant for that.
Alright.
Mind you, not much of it can be done around here.
True enough. Well, thank you for the help, my friend. And I'll pull a couple silver out of my pouch and pass it to him. For your time.
And seeing the tip, he'll... Although if you're looking to lift a few things, there's someone inside the Lion who might want some things from the exchange.
Beau grins. Vault work?
Lifted, not necessarily requiring any second story work.
Fair enough. I'll be sure to talk to him. What would his name be, or what should I call him, really? I know names are a liability.
most people around here just call him Jim.
Alright.
Jim.
Not Jim,
And I'll add
Gem.
another. Huh? I'll add another 5 silver onto it, just, because he's being such a bro at this point. I'll be sure to talk to him. Thank you, my friend. As I look around for that guy. Or no, my bad.
Alright.
Gem, not Jim. Gem, not Jim.
He's dead, Gem.
I don't know. I like calling him Jim.
He's
And
dead,
apparently
Gem.
my thing was not in the proper way that it was supposed to be before. Oh well.
Dead Jim.
So I started the initiative at the wrong spot. Oh well.
Oh well.
I was wondering why the heck I was going before those other people.
Alright,
While
so
they're all
By the way,
doing
I
this,
love
I
working
will
with
walk
these.
over to Chok. I'll
I love
gradually
working
walk over to Chok.
Do you
Well,
know where
we'll
I
be coming back to what Chok's doing. Because we're currently taking turns going around with people doing stuff.
I love working with
Sage
these
going
money
towards
talks.
Alright, so that's Beau. That brings things to Creed.
Hey, what's good?
So, you come up to the outside of the home and you'll notice that there's 2 figures outside of it, one of which appears to be one of the guards that brought you in. Not exactly one of the guards who brought you in, but wearing the same uniform.
Okay.
As well as a person who has a chain shirt on
Uh huh.
with a doublet over it, which is a little odd,
That is weird.
and a kind of a dusty light blue cloak.
Huh.
Rapier on his hip.
Ah. Okay.
And they're just hanging outside the sister's house.
Huh. The sister, as in the tattoo parlor.
Okay, it's not exactly a tattoo parlor. There is a person in town who might be able to do tattoos.
Okay. Let's see here. What should I do? That's a good question. I'm a little concerned if there's guards. I'll approach them.
And they look at you.
Ask. I'll approach them and ask, "Hello, is something wrong here?"
Not unless you're gonna start trouble.
That's good. Just seems a bit concerning when there's guards.
Well, we're just here to protect the place.
Ah, lovely. Good to know. I'll sure not to start trouble.
And mind if you do, the entire town will be angry. Everyone loves the sister.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I stopped by here instead of anywhere else.
You can head on in if you like.
Of course. Good day to you. And I head on in.
Inside, you'll find yourself in what appears to be a kind of a small parlor type area.
Parlor, alright.
An entryway, if you will.
Okay.
There appears to be a set of hooks along a wall with a couple cloaks hung up.
Alright.
A bench with a bunch of shoes underneath it.
Alright.
A couple pairs of boots.
Okay.
And
Someone's getting foot tattoos.
coming off the room, there's 2 doors.
Okay.
One is kind of straight ahead, the other one is off to the left.
Alright. Off to the left.
Right, so there's a door to the left and there's a door straight ahead, and hooks and a bench.
Alright. You know what? A straight line's boring. I'm gonna turn left.
Okay. So you open the door to the left and it opens up into what would appear to be like a clinic almost? Or maybe an operating theater?
Huh.
There's a stone table in the middle of things with a little cart next to it with a bunch of sharp implements.
Okay.
As well as some bowls and things around.
Hmm.
And there appears to be a pipe or a tube of some sort that kind of comes from a lower area, from a jug really,
Alright.
up and curves into a basin,
Huh.
which has another tube coming up from the bottom of that down into the floor.
Huh. Interesting. So,
And as you enter the room, you'll hear the silver sounds of a bell.
I'm concerned that's an alarm. 'Cause road.
What do you do?
I'm gonna immediately find a place to hide. If a bell sounds. Just for a moment. Does anything happen?
Nothing seems to happen initially.
Huh. Let's see, what could I do? There's that basin with the tube. It's obviously a surgery theater. There's a stone table with a cart and several surgical tools. Best not disturb it. It's probably the place for reconstruction.
As you're sitting there contemplating this, another door coming off of the room towards the north will open up, and in will walk in a half-elf woman. Seems fairly young, actually. Smooth skin, slender, somewhat curvy build. As you can clearly see from the apron that she has tied around her waist that it does indeed cinch in.
Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Ah, hello. And how might I help you?
Oh, I was just wondering where I could probably find a tattoo. Someone to give me a tattoo.
I can do that.
I'm gonna show her the picture that I want. This, please. And please don't question when I ask you this, but can you pull it right here, gesturing to my tongue?
You want a tattoo on your tongue?
Yeah, none too big.
I suspect I know where you're going with this, and I think I can help you out.
Okay. Creed raises his eyebrow.
Are you going
I
for
can't
language or
hear.
dexterity?
Pardon me?
And she'll go over to a counter area and start pulling out some drawers and pulling things out of the drawers. Are you going for language or dexterity?
Oh. Well, nerd, from when I talked to you about this tattoo, out of character, what does this mean? I'm scared.
Well, before
you
you were
wanna-
talking about getting something like tongues
What's
on
the
your tongue.
language?
The dexterity would be different.
Flexibility of the tongue.
Flexibility, speed, and accuracy of the tongue.
So this tattoo gives you a free language.
I'm not looking to speak every language. I'm just looking to mimic noises and voices.
Ah, right. Okay.
Oh, okay, someone else is looking for the active feat. I see.
Okay. So that would be neither.
Neither.
For it'd be mimicry.
Mimicry. If possible.
Shame, really?
How so?
You seem to be so good with the language.
So good with the language.
Are we sure that's your first thought?
Wait.
I think he gets it now.
I think he got the dexterity joke now.
Dawns on him.
Finally!
That
Wait.
moment of realization.
Wait, no, I still don't understand.
Wait, what?
How flexible do you want your tongue to be, sir?
Giggity.
Oh.
Yes.
There we go.
I
There's
just
the-
want a
Now he
tattoo.
gets it.
I
there's-
just want a tattoo.
So,
There's the last of that child innocence gone.
Yo.
and she'll actually go and pull out some various plants and whatnot, and a roll of parchment.
Alright.
And she'll start setting up her materials and. And she'll slide out what first appeared to be a drawer in the room, and it appears to be like a full-on backboard.
Backboard.
For you to lay on.
So, and she'll actually go and she'll set it up and hook it up to the table. So it's actually now a chair with like a back and everything.
Okay.
And the cushions are kind of set to cradle one's head a little bit.
Ah, for resting.
Yeah.
She's treating you good, sir.
Gonna be there for a while.
Or for being strapped to.
Have a seat on the table. Have
Or
a,
it could be a sex table. Ooh.
have a seat on the table and put your back up against the cushions there, please.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Keep in mind that this is not going to be very comfortable.
I wouldn't expect it to be. Alright. Bring it on. Bah.
And she'll unfurl her bit of parchment and look it over, and start grabbing things and mixing a couple things together with the ink. You'll see her lips move as she mixes up the ink. And she'll bring it all over to you and look at the parchment once more. She's then going to ask you to open your mouth. Please.
Okay.
And she's going to grab a set of tongs, grab a hold of your tongue, and pull.
Oh.
Then she's going to completely dry it off and wrap cloth around it near the back, at the point where the rest of your teeth are.
Alright.
Since you don't bite through it.
Are you gonna make this sound the most uncomfortable thing in the world?
She is going to do
That is
something to
actually
help
sounds
him
like
with all of this. She's going to smear a green kind of paste on your tongue real quick. Wait for about 30 seconds, and you'll notice your tongue is starting to feel numb.
No.
I've actually had my tongue pierced.
I thought she was gonna go for the classic club him over the head technique.
Nope. And then she's going to begin her work. And as she works, she seems to be saying things under her breath.
I'm gonna
That's
roll
very-
perception because I can. Or would
While
that
your
be
tongue is being worked on.
would that be investigation?
Nope, it's a perception.
I hate
You
you.
t-
You're
you
not
tend your
grabbing
ear
her.
out.
You're not grabbing her and examining her words with your hands.
What are you saying?
I
You
examine
are a
the words
good
with my
doctor.
hand.
Lucky you didn't have disadvantage.
Yeah.
By the way, if she had
don't
not used the
notice it.
painkiller, you definitely would have had disadvantage.
Alright.
And she'll continue to be lightly poking your tongue repeatedly with a sharp needle.
Okay. So I didn't, hear what she,
hate needles.
I didn't hear what she was saying.
You did hear the word Ixen in there, but
Vixen?
Ixen.
Pixen.
Nope.
Ix.
Sorry, I can't. My ears are stupid. Oh, Ixen.
He can't word today.
How dare
Nope.
you?
He has
Apparently
the
not.
dumb- He has the dumb.
I
So-
can speak of it. Alright, go on. That sounds like a spell. Sounds very much like a spell, and I'm concerned.
Okay. So. And she'll be continuously muttering, and she'll occasionally ask you questions without really expecting you to answer.
Alright. Like what?
You've come quite the long way, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Or, what are you doing later, big boy?
She does not actually ask that.
What?
She does not ask that.
Oh.
Oh.
Have any family back home?
Mm-mm.
Family's always a good thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
Been in any dungeons?
Mm-hmm.
Can always find some of the best things in dungeons. Have you ever found anything good in a dungeon?
Mm-hmm.
Ever find a duck?
Mm-hmm.
You should never pick up a duck in a dungeon.
No. Oh, hell no. I just know. Hell no.
And why is he noping so hard?
Story for later. Um,
Okay.
So. and she'll be continuing to work, and then you'll hear all that chatter in your ear.
Mm.
And she'll eventually finally come to this finish, and she'll say a few words and say the last few words, and that parchment that she was looking at before
Yeah.
catches fire real fast, like a flash fire, and then it's gone.
Did she just burnt this thing into my tongue?
No, the parchment's not on your tongue. The parchment was on the counter behind her.
Oh.
And she's then going to pick up a stick that she has next to her and Valoon and touch it to your tongue. And then she'll unwrap it, and your tongue feels perfectly fine.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. It's been quite a while since I've seen any of your kind in town.
Really?
Yes, and a mere 9 months afterwards, there was a new tiefling child in the town.
A A tiefling child.
Yes. You should be able to find it at the Alderley farm.
I'm sorry, did you just call it an it?
I didn't tell you the gender. I'm leaving that as a surprise.
Alright. Sorry, I just... Tieflings are often dehumanized by elves, humans, half-elves. You get a little tense. Apologies.
Well, I did help it come into the world.
Where'd you say he would be found again?
The Alderley farm.
Thank you.
That is where you will find them.
Yes, and for your services, use 5 gold pieces. Or how much you have to charge me.
Considering the various things in play here, I'd normally be asking for something like 20 or 30, but 10 will suffice.
10?
Cover my expenses.
Ah, well, you see, for such fine work, no, you get 25.
Why, thank you.
See you around.
Kyle, I have to say, you did what Sage did with the poor old man. The poor old man asked for 1 gold piece. No.
I have 5 gold pieces left now.
And by the way, I do hope to see you again later.
I do look forward to it.
Did I hear he was looking to get a tattoo?
Run
I
up your
don't
head.
remember.
My name's Lucius, by the way.
Okay, it was Garelia. Or no, Garel?
Garrick Hole?
Garel.
Garrus?
Something.
Garrick, please.
Let's call it Garelia.
Oh, on the map it says
Galileo?
Okay,
On the
sorry,
map
I
it
was
says
trying to...
Garrick.
Yeah, Garelel? Or, no,
Garrick Hole.
there's no C there.
There looks like a C.
That's an E.
Ah,
What are we
Garel.
talking
Garel.
about?
oh no.
So it'd be Garel.
Oh
Here is
no.
a- oh,
Okay, so...
sorry if you
But you may
The
simply
rogue
call me
is
sister.
intoxicated.
Everyone here does.
But you don't want to yell that out in bed.
I look forward to seeing you again, sister.
Oh my.
Take a slight bow, and then I walk out the building on the search for that shop.
God,
Okay.
fuck.
I'm assuming I see him walk out, right?
We'll find out as to what
Yeah.
when we get back to you again.
Yeah.
So, Chok, finally.
Okay.
Chok, you've been hanging out in you've managed to find the entrance basically into the seedy place.
Yes, this is my environment. This is where I thrive.
All kinds of things are being sold here. It appears to be like a basement of the Lion Shield Coster. And it is very much an underground market.
I immediately try to take hold of every possible exit and or escape route.
Dude, instead of Sage going after Chok, I'm just gonna have Sage go outside and meet Beau and the rest.
Well, we'll be getting to that when we get to that.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
Okay. So, Chok, you managed to see the various exits. There's not a ton of them. There's only like 4 exits that you can see, but there's only the one entrance.
Okay.
And it's kind of awash with various stands and whatnot that are all kind of like what you might see like in a city. The various people who set up their temporary structures for their shops. Booths, if you will.
Are
Selling-
there any stands that are abandoned?
there is one stand, or you'll see at least a couple stands that, actually, double check your sheet. Okay, yeah, so you'll see 1 or 2 stands that don't seem to have people at them from where you're currently standing.
Alright, I go investigate.
Alright, the closest one to you, you'll note has a array of knives on the table.
Okay.
And you don't see anyone there.
And what of the other? Because I'm looking for a stall that has not only nothing in it, but is just straight out abandoned. Just no one whatsoever. Just an empty lot.
So, working your way over to the other stall, you will find that it is, in fact, actually completely empty.
Alright, I go into that stall and begin the procedures. Okay, let's go straight to the spell list. Let's do this. So, in what shape is this stall, exactly?
It is rectangular.
So, I mean, like, what's the condition of the stall?
It's in okay condition.
Not anymore, it's not.
Let's change that shit.
Yeah, okay condition being the key thing, which is that nothing's gonna fall apart on you.
Okay, then I'd like to do many things. First of all, I'd like to do prestidigitation to make it the cleanest stall out of all the other stalls here. Followed quickly by minor illusions to make every single fucking nail and bit of wood on this thing polished and very, very ingrained. I want everything to look as rich-like and expensive as possible, with none of the talent.
Refrigeration.
I'm essentially covering everything that already exists with an image of that thing. Or changing its color slightly.
Yeah, so you'll only really be able to do, like, the counter because of the amount of space that it has to be within.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I can do the counter. I immediately start placing my wares all over, including a veritable mountain of scrolls behind me.
Okay.
I shall start placing some iron spikes, putting a few signal whistles, a shovel, putting a few fishing tackles, a few bags of caltrops, a chain, putting a block of tackle, a bell, ball bearings, an entire tent, a 10-foot pole, a ladder.
Wait, where's the 10-foot pole?
I have a 10-foot pole on me.
Where is that?
It is inside my robes. No one knows how.
No, looking at your list and I'm wondering where it is.
Oh, it's just listed as pole.
Oh, okay, there it is, yeah.
On the top of the ladder. I also have a totem. It is covered in teeth marks because I chewed on it. I have 2 grappling hooks. And let's see, what else could I put here that I could try and... I have a candelabra made of silver. A vial full of strange slimy substance, which is in fact slime, just troll slime, but I can make it pass it off to something else. A silver spoon ingrained with an M.
Wait, are you selling the random crap in your bag?
Yes.
As well. A very, very pricey antique crystal doorknob.
Antique.
Magical crystal doorknob, or at least magic after it's in my hands. Let's see.
I have a random scimitar you can sell.
A pair of socks. An engraved arrowhead, also magic for some reason.
Are they goblin-sized socks?
No.
No, they're human-sized socks.
How did you give me? Why?
I got
As
it
I
off of a pair of
recall-
knolls.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry, let me correct that. 2 pairs of socks. And to finish it off, I'm going to put in a small little pouch within a glass case behind me to look illustrious and very, very attractive, a signet ring.
Chok, didn't you give this engraved arrowhead to Sage?
I didn't. I wanted to give it to Sage, and then you kicked me, and I didn't.
Before I kicked you.
I don't think so. I think I alluded to it, but then you never actually went for it. And then when I went back to the table and I was about to give it to you, you actually fucking kicked me, and Xenog tempted me down from going outside and taking it on you.
And I'm
So
sure
in
you're
the
also
end-
getting out the abacus to do all your math.
Oh yeah, definitely. And at my merchant scale to make sure I'm not getting ripped off, because I know how that goes.
Do you have a merchant scale?
I have a merchant scale. It's right on top of my 2 hempen rope.
So much crap.
I am the merchant.
Is this
Holy
just like,
bitch, please! I'm the merchant.
You're the con artist, Chok.
What you looking for?
Is this just like all the things that you got a few sessions ago?
No.
Some of it is stuff that
yes.
he bought a few sessions ago. Some of it is stuff that he
stuff.
bought before. Some of it's stuff that he made during things.
I started out
He's
with
the junk
0
master.
gold because I used all my money to purchase everything I could from the shop in the book.
That's super funny.
He is a junk master.
I am a merchant without money. Praise me.
Junk master.
No, I'm a merchant that had no money. Now I have money. I'll put you in the hole.
I praise the green skin.
Yes.
All hail
All right,
mighty
so
junk master.
Chok is setting up shop, which he's then going to be quite busy there.
Oh yes. Very, very busy.
Mostly just sitting there waiting for people to come along for him to talk to.
There's a nice little bell on the counter for service.
Ding!
Oh. Hello.
All right. You know, I think it's time that we do a slight change up in the music here. Because of your...
For some reason,
A
I
solemn
can
funerary
never,
bow.
For some reason, I can never hear the music. I don't know why.
Did somebody say my name?
I don't think so, but yeah.
Oh, okay. My stupid ears.
Okay, so yeah, Chok is going to be attempting to sell his things.
Both computers I've played this game on, I haven't been able to hear any of the music you've put on. I've had to look it up on YouTube just to hear it.
Hmm.
I mute it just so I can listen to you guys.
Yeah, it could be that... Actually, no, if you're able to listen to YouTube, I don't know.
It's quite a fine tune of music, but I still need to focus only on one thing.
Oh, this
Yep.
is great.
So,
Are we
I
going
get-
to Beau?
So yeah. But anyway,
Chok is setting up shop, and will not be seen from again for quite a while.
why is my character token smaller than everyone else's?
Because I needed it to fit on the house.
Okay. Because I'm a little concerned why the freaking halfling is bigger than me.
Well, it's understandable
You're the
for
mighty
the elf
giant
to be bigger than
halfling.
you.
Does that make you feel any better? Does that make you feel like more of a man?
It pleases me.
Fear the giant halfling. Now I'm the midget halfling. All because he needed to feel like a man.
Alright.
All
So,
right.
carry on.
Yes. Whoa! Whoa! Okay.
Okay. I want to try to get these at least semi-visible. Jeez. No, I can't do it with keeping the map going. Okay. So. We have finally made it to Orsic, who's going into Barthen's Provisions.
Right.
So you'll be entering the shop, and you'll find that there's barrels like right around, or just on either side of the door on the inside, and one of them appears to be full of apples. So at least there's that. There also appears to be some bags around, and a tall human who's getting up there in his years, maybe 60, but he still seems pretty strong considering.
Okay.
Has a bit of a bushy beard, and strangely bright red eyebrows.
Bright red eyebrows.
Yes.
Not a dwarf. What the hell is he?
He's a human.
I'll look over to Vistra and I go, I know you haven't got any treats lately. Look around to see if there's anything you want, Lassie. And I'll look at the gentleman and I'll go, do you have any meat around?
We got plenty of salted pork. We also got some beef. The main kind of meat that we have around here, though, is jerky. At least in here. For all of these things are meant to last.
Do you know where to get anything fresh?
The meat that I have here preserved is fresh.
Okay.
Are you meaning to say that I'm trying to poison people by giving them rotten food?
No, I wanted to try to see if it was freshly butchered so that we didn't have all the salt with it. That's all I was saying, my good sir.
It's merely been dusted.
And how much for a couple of pounds?
Depends on what kind of meat you want and what cut you want. You're looking for beef, boar, pork, chicken, turkey?
Well, I do want some. You do have bacon, correct?
Aye, one of our best-selling things.
Ah, well, we'll need a couple of pounds of that. Also, some potatoes and some steaks, and then some jerky. I gotta refill my provisions. I got a long road ahead of me.
Okay. Where's the stuff I'm looking for? I got the book open. Okay, here we go. Bacon's going for 2 copper pieces a pound.
Okay.
The steak will be running you 5 copper.
Okay.
Let's see, altogether that'll be about, and he'll be, gathering up all the things of your order without even really having to move very much.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be more items. I'm also gonna get potatoes and carrots and salted beef and pork. I know provisions for like 2 weeks or whatever. Plus, making sure I have enough. I get a special few items for tonight, so that way, I can make a special dinner for Vistra.
Okay.
That's why I wanted the steak. To celebrate, what we've all been through and what's coming. Also to take a break from that gruel that last place had.
I'm so glad that we had Denalt's good berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are getting old when you're a dwarf and you like good old-fashioned meat.
After everything's said and done, you're looking at 10 gold pieces.
Fresh flesh is always good.
And I'll
But
look
a
over
good
at
berry
Vistra.
is a good berry.
Yeah, and I'll look over at Vistra. Is there anything that you would like, my lass?
There's this block of something over here. It smells quite good.
I'll ask the guy, what is it?
Well,
Jeez.
that's dark chocolate.
And how much for that?
You're looking
Why
at
do you torture me, nerd?
you're looking at 3 gold pieces a pound.
We'll take 1 pound of that. And I look at Fisher. If we get some apples, can you make your famous apple turnover pie?
Of course I can.
And apples too. Because Fisher knows I love my apple turnover pie.
So, sounds like all in all you're paying about 15 gold pieces.
Alright, no problem. Let's see, that makes it 65, that's 55. Okay.
So are you just arrived or just leaving town?
We're just arriving. I'm a little frustrated. I come to this town and I find there's a damn quarantine.
Aye, it's been annoying people quite a lot.
It's very frustrating, especially when you're a merchant trying to make a good buck or two.
Well, hey, at least you have the Stonehill Inn and the Sleeping Giant.
Nah, I'm sleeping under the stars.
Well, let's talk about for the beer.
I'll look at him and just grin. Son, you have not had beer unless it's been finely malted for a couple of months. You see, I come from a very strong and very well-known brewing family. So I know my malt.
Heck, the Sleeping Giant even has some of that Dwarven stuff that you're probably looking for.
Maybe.
Barrel or two of steel maul, and more than a few barrels of iron liver.
Well, see, here's the thing. You're talking to a steel maul.
Then you already know what the quality is.
Aye? I'll know if it's a knockoff or one of my brothers or cousins. Is there any place around here I can sell some jewelry?
Well, you can always try to sell things over at the Lion's Coster. Or the Lion's Shield Coster. But really your best bet would probably be to try to sell it out on the green. The town green.
Where?
The town green, it's right next to the square.
Ah, thank
Can't
you.
miss it.
And I may be back in the next couple of 3 weeks to pay for some more food. Because, well, we're going to be here for 3 weeks.
Alright, well, we do also have other things other than food. We have plenty of good water, some alcohols, although not generally very much that's high end. I mean, heck, I even have a couple brewing kits at this point.
Do you have any magical items that relate to food?
Just my bag, but I kind of need that in order to keep the shop going.
Ah. So
Well, I suppose I could sell you a couple pounds out of it.
Pounds of what?
Timelessness.
Odd to help preserve the food.
Aye.
And how much would that cost me?
Let's call it, 40 gold pieces per pound.
30.
I was doing a generous offer with the 40. Roll persuasion.
Yeah, I failed.
Damn. Oh.
No, I hate roll 20 because it's like I can roll, and you can ask Nerd this. I can roll phenomenally well if I can do it myself. On roll 20, it hates me. And how much will a pound last me?
Well, the stuff does last forever.
Well, I know. I'm asking how much do I need, for the food and shit. Like a pinch, or do I have to soak it in it, or...
I'll just take a small bit and just dust it over the food.
Well, I guess it's 40. You drive a hog bargain.
So how many pounds are you getting?
1.
Okay.
If I get any more than that, I'm gonna be broke. And then after that, I'll put on my good merchant vest and I'll walk over to the green knoll. After giving a piece of chocolate to Vistra.
Okay. And you still have 30 platinum, so...
Shh. They weren't supposed to know that, damn it.
So...
I'm the broke merchant, remember? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Who completely sold out of alcohol at the last place that you guys were at.
Not my fault there was a lot of booze flying around. And I got, a pretty good price. It was double the normal price.
Yeah, so...
So I'm gonna go try to sell my ram pendant and my 3 rings.
Okay.
And look around and see what else there is. So is there a jeweler's around?
You'll see another wagon over on the green that appears to be trying to sell jewelry.
I'll walk up to him. Is it a male or female?
The current attendant is a female.
Good day, lassie. How are you doing?
Fine.
I was wondering if you wanted to buy a few items I made myself.
No, I can't buy anything. I'm only selling.
Oh, why can't you buy?
Well, for one, my husband who makes all of it.
Ah. Well, may I speak to him?
Sure, I guess?
And that was the last time we saw Orsic.
And she'll direct you into the wagon itself.
Good day, sir.
Which there'll be a very large human man, nearing 9 feet from your estimations.
Bruh!
With
It's not
I'm
a
sure he was
human!
trying to keep a straight face and from his mind's like, holy shit.
completely bald head with some red tattoo marks on it. And you see him with a pair of jeweler's spectacles, with a pair of tongs holding this tiny, tiny, like it looks like a toe ring,
Gotcha.
with a very, very small gemstone that's like, I want to say like a millimeter across,
Holy shit, that's tiny.
that he's setting into this thing.
Gotcha. I'll wait until he's done.
And after he gets it in and taps it into place and carefully heats it and takes a very, very tiny... You want to call it a hammer because that's how he's using it, but it's not really a hammer. It's too small.
Gotcha.
It's
I'm just
like
watching.
the size of a hammer for a Lego.
Wow. That thing's tiny.
It's a small
And he's-
hammer.
Tapping around the stone that he just put in. And then he'll put it down and put down his little tiny hammer thing and remove his jeweler's glasses. And he'll then fully stand up to his full height. And you're thinking, maybe 8 feet was a little bit too reserved. He's big and very broad-shouldered and very heavily muscled.
Not a human!
Definitely not. I go, good day, sir.
Hello?
I hear you are a fellow jurist who likes to make and sell things also.
I work my craft. Sell my wares.
I didn't hear the beginning of that, nerd.
I work my craft. Sell my wares.
And I do the same, and I was wondering if you wanted to buy some of my own. I have some fine details. And I will carefully pull out the cloth that's wrapping the few items I've made. And show them.
What are you wanting for this piece? Pointing at the... As I recall, it's a platinum ram's head.
Yeah. That would be... 250 gold?
And he'll kind of glare at you. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
What is it with my rolls today?
That wasn't bad.
No, Kyle, it is for me. My average is between 15 to 20.
Ah.
And he's glaring you down, making you feel quite small. And... 175.
I go, I'm sorry. It cost me 200 just to make the thing. 250 is my final offer. I can go as low as 225, but that's my lowest.
So roll a persuasion check.
If he gets an at 20, I'll be impressed.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Persuasion is one of my better items.
Alright, I'll pay you the 225.
Thank you. It's good that you're buying it now. That may go up in price. You never know.
And he'll open up a box and start pulling out some coins. He'll then bunch it up into a bag, and a kind of nice small silk bag, to be honest, with a satin cord, and hand it to you.
I'll take it. And every good merchant with this much will make sure there's 20 platinum and 5 gold in there.
It's not all in platinum and gold. Some of it is, in fact, in electrum.
Oh, shit. Well, actually 200. But it is 225, right?
It does equal out to 225, yes.
Okay. I'll put it in with the rest of it, and I say, have a nice day, and thank you for your purchase. So, do you want me to just put 25 platinum down and 5 gold, or do you want me to actually put all the little itty-bitty little things everywhere?
I'll let you get away with converting it for right now.
Yep. Then after that, I will go to this, start going around and seeing if I can't find that damn friggin' cleric.
Okay. So, You're returning back to the square. You're returning back to the square. I think the
Yeah,
only
and-
person who's not currently returning just back to the square is going to be Chok, after Sage has a look around inside the Lion Shield coster and does not find Chok anywhere.
And Vistra is gonna go set up camp at the old manor so she can start getting the pie working.
Yeah, and I decided to give up on finding Chok.
Yeah, he's just nowhere to be seen in there.
I had to go outside to find Beau.
So,
Talk to. And we're currently on Beau, so Beau would probably see Sage walk out with a giant bird on his shoulders.
actually, we're currently on Denault. He's basically meeting up in the same general area. Oh wait, that's right. Beau is not going to be meeting up with everyone else. Beau is planning on going and looking for a job thing.
First,
Oh, yeah.
going to the green to see what I can find in the way of stuff.
Okay.
And then, if I see Creed, I'm gonna look into getting a tattoo myself, since I'm pretty sure I heard him talking.
Oh. See Sage with a giant bird on his shoulders.
So,
That's a big
Congratulations,
halfling.
your hair is a bird.
The fuck is that?
Beau, go ahead and roll a investigation check.
Okay. Just a second. I clicked and it did not roll. What gives? It's not rolling.
Is your computer deciding to be bad?
Maybe.
Should I roll it?
Please.
Oh,
Actually,
it brings up another thing, which is the public or whisper. And you need to hit the submit after that.
Well, that is my roll.
Okay. So you'll be able to find a place that is indeed selling some stuff.
Alright. Nice.
Back to here.
I had the window popped out entirely into a different window. That's why it was being bad.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I'm being dumb.
So is there something in particular that you're looking for from these merchants?
Either like, a new rapier that's magical, or possibly something to help me, move around a little quieter, or see magical things, or dark vision. That would be nice.
Okay.
Also, maybe a cloak of some sort, a traveling cloak that has some sort of magical effect.
Where's my other... Need my book.
Be real nice to chopper around.
will
You
it be
can
like
tell me
from-
what's magical and what's not.
Will it be like from Harry Potter?
Yeah, I'm kind of going to Diagon Alley.
Okay.
The
You mean
piece of
diagonally?
the piece of
Please
Yes,
back in.
cloak.
Yeah. Nocturne. Nocturnally.
Okay.
You.
Yes, me. What of it?
There is actually an item that you'll be finding that is not in the book that will be available. Although I don't know if you have the money for it.
What is it? I have a fair bit of money.
It appears to
Nobody
be
puts
a wand with a tiny little golden hook at the end. And a big old button on the handle.
I definitely am going to look at it a little closer first and see if I can determine what the bloody hell it is.
Yeah, the merchant in question is a fellow Lightfoot halfling such as yourself,
Okay, so
who's
I'm gonna
brought you into his bardo.
take a closer look at the wand and see if I can figure out what the bloody hell it is before I ask. Thief analysis or what?
Thief analysis or arcana?
I'm gonna take the thief analysis. Woof. I have no idea.
Well, you know that if you push the button, it'll do whatever it is it's gonna do.
Can I now attempt an arcana, or was it one or the other?
You can. I'll allow you to do both,
Okay.
just in case.
No luck.
So, yeah, really, I should add your roll the arcana first, and then thief analysis after that to see if you could guess it.
Yeah.
So you have
My
actually
bad.
heard of these things before. It's a grapple wand,
Ooh.
used by many
Ooh.
thieves throughout the realms. You point it at an object, you push the button, it will travel out to a distance of 40 feet? No, sorry, 50 feet. Grapple onto whatever it is, and whichever end is heavier will then be brought to the other side.
It's Batman's grapple gun.
Or sorry,
in a wand.
whichever side is lighter will be brought to the heavier side.
Yeah. So, while I'm looking at it, I'm just gonna start grinning and then look to the merchant, speaking in halfling. So, my friend, how much do you want for that? And point at the wand.
He'll smile and... It's not going to come cheap.
Right. What family are you from? Perhaps we're cousins.
I'm of the Vanderhooks.
I'm a Highhill myself. Not sure if we have any relation. I'm gonna apply a history check here.
Okay.
I'm gonna luck that one. Come on. Better. I'll take that.
The Vanderhooks were the people who were in charge of your town before the Higghills. And the Highhills kind of sort of married in and then took over, booting the Vanderhooks out on their butt.
I'm gonna gloss over the took over bit and just go, oh, we are related by marriage, apparently, if my memory serves properly.
Roll a deception check.
Glossing.
Deception.
Boom. Glossing.
Well, normally I'd be selling it for 800 gold pieces. However, since your family, 1,000 gold pieces.
Beau just glares at him.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding.
Is this the Ferengi all over again?
You've got to be kidding. That is not how it works, and you know it.
Roll a persuasion
Grinning
check.
while I say it. Grinning while I say it, because I know he's just messing with me.
Roll a persuasion check.
Boom. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Alright, alright. How about items in worth of some 600 gold pieces?
Better. I was thinking more along the lines of 30?
30 gold pieces?
No, 30 platinum. My apologies.
That's how much this cost me back when I got it. But that was quite a long time ago, and they were far more available there.
I just kind of raise an eyebrow. I'm one of those that would make very good use of it. It would not just be a collector's piece for my wall.
Let us see what you have available for trade.
Well, I mean, I do have money that I can throw
Do I
out.
see Beau while I'm over there?
He's currently inside of a bardo, so he's inside of a enclosed wagon.
Oh, okay, so I don't see him anywhere. Do I hear him?
Nope.
And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my bag and start pulling out the things that have value, like the few gems that I have, Xenog's medicine, because why not? Could be worth something. The gems, the bone pipe of bubbles, just because. The knoll glaive, just because. My weapons are staying where they are. They are not up for trade.
Yeah.
Really? I thought an
I don't really
adventurer
have
would part with his weapons before anything else.
You know.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's enough of the stuff to put up. So
Let's
the
see.
gems.
how about the zircon, the quartz, and the jasper, along with the 25 platinum?
A hard bargain, but sounds good. Honestly, I don't like to try and drive family too far down.
And while we're at it, I'm willing to take that glaive. I'm willing to take that glaive off your hands.
Well, what do you offer for it?
Hey guys, I need to head off to bed anyway. See ya tomorrow or
Rest
next
Yeah,
session.
man.
See you later.
Let us Sage.
Oh, how about 10 gold pieces? I mean, it is rather large and heavy, and must be awkward for you to carry it.
It really is. I was considering turning it into just a pole, but it seemed wasteful.
I do happen to know of a few people who might be interested in it.
Aha. Well, for 10 gold, it's yours. How about we just knock that off of what I'm paying you? So is there any item that you would, in particular... Or, actually, let's just knock it off 1 platinum down. 24 platinum.
Alright.
Alright. And I'm going to shake his hand, and pleasure doing business with you, my friend. Cousin, I should say. So it's the zircon, the quartz, and the money.
Zircon, the quartz, jasper, and the money.
Right, okay.
On the glaive.
Yeah, but I got money. I got, discount for that.
Yeah.
Zircon, quartz, where's the quartz? I know.
Just above the good berry.
Ah, Star Rose quartz. And the glaive is gone finally. I've been carrying that thing for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for taking it. And now I have a wand of grappling. Nice.
So it's a grappling wand. Yeah, and there are several thieves throughout history that have been known to use such a thing. There's even rumored that one of the Shadow Kings used one.
Oh, nice. Before I leave, I'm going to ask him, do you happen to know how many charges it has?
Charges?
I assumed it's magical in nature, yes?
Oh, right. It does only have up to 6 uses each day.
These things do tend to be limited, yes. Thank you. And then I'm just going to scurry off before he realizes that what my family did.
He doesn't know.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's like, 300-year, 500-year-old history.
Yeah, but hey, cousins.
Yeah.
They're distant cousins. There is a blood relation, though.
Not really.
Close enough.
Not with yourself.
No.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
hey,
you're
I'm
both
just saying-
halflings. If you go far back enough, eventually you'll find a common ancestor.
By the way, I did think
Yeah.
about him going for that bone pipe of bubbles.
It was up for trade.
Yeah. So,
I love it, though.
and now you no longer have a need of pittance,
Indeed.
or... Yeah, there's several things that you no longer technically need anymore, except for usage for other people.
And thus I can go to the provisioning place and sell them.
Yep. By the way, using the wand is in fact an action, so if you're going to be using it, don't
Okay.
expect to be doing any attacks on that same turn.
Okay. That's still awesome.
Yeah.
That
So,
is an amazing find. Thank you, boss.
and as a note for you, Beau, add
Yes?
some things to the wish list.
Things I want?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know there was a wish list.
Yeah, it's been up for a while. It's been up for like
A
a
week.
week or two. Yeah, it's
I didn't
a Google
even
Doc.
realize.
Yeah.
I'll have to add things to
The
it.
thing is me and Nerd have to sit down and figure out what I need. We already roughly know what I need, and the things I need you can't exactly get in the store.
I'm very go with the flow on what I actually need. There are only a couple things I'm really looking for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But-
so check
yeah.
the Dwarven Crusade on a regular basis. Stuff like that pops in.
Alright. Because I definitely want like an Ioun stone at some point. Those are cool.
Okay. So, are you then going to be rejoining the others to search for this cleric?
Actually, I'm gonna stop by the sister's house because I do believe I heard Creed saying he was getting a tattoo, and that place was suggested.
Yeah, which means you'll basically be meeting up with everyone else just before you get your tattoo. Which,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because of the time, I think is what we're going to have to open with next time.
Oh yeah. No rush, but hey, awesome find. Thank you, boss.
Yeah. And I do apologize about it taking so long to get through everyone. It's just everyone split apart. And I know it's hard for people to be entertained while everyone else is going to run off.
It made things go a little more smoothly. I was fine with it.
So,
So, yes. If you like this, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments about any of the stuff that's going on, any suggestions, please put it down in the comments down below. Tell me what you think of the new setup for the camera, and tell me if you think that's better than what I had before, or if you'd prefer that I go back to the other thing. Yeah, for formatting stuff, go ahead and put your thoughts on that down in the comments down below. I did change things up a little bit. if you want to help support us, please subscribe. Subscribing is helpful. And I'm hoping to get things set up in the next month or two for you guys to contribute to us in a more direct fashion than that. But subscribing is very helpful. And if you want to be kept up to date on all of our nerdy content, after subscribing, hit the nerd alert bell and you'll be kept up to date when all of our nerdy content comes out. Including all of the episodes of Dwarven Crusade. We are, in fact, live streaming this on a regular basis. Every Tuesday night, generally people are gathering up at around 6. We're started by 7, so go ahead and check out Razor's Twitch and just start watching from 6 to 7, and at some point in that time we'll start, and then you'll be able to watch us live. So, any closing comments?
Barry?
Tongue hurt!
Three of us all talked over each other at once.
My tongue hurts.
Fat grapple
Good Barry?
activate.
All right. So, we're all going to be signing out for now. Until next time, be awesome to each other.